What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. And before we get started, I want to thank you for joining me here on RMT. All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about stop blaming your past and stop playing the victim. Because let me tell you something. You can have a real story, you can have real trauma, you can have real pain, and still be wrong for staying stuck in it. See, a lot of people don't want healing, they want an excuse. They don't want growth, they want sympathy. And if we're not careful, and if we are not careful, we will use that as a crutch and end up limping through life when God called us to run. So today I'm coming from a mindset, not the person. And I'm coming for the chains we need to break through and not your heart. See, your past should explain you, but it should never control you. And let's be honest, some of us had a rough childhood. Some of us did. No father in the home, abuse, neglect, poverty, betrayal, violence, and addiction all around you. Yes, and all those things are unfair. But let me hit you with this. Life is unfair, but God is faithful. And if you keep blaming your past, you give your past power. See, we all have went through those things that I mentioned above. Not having a father, neglect, poverty, violence, addiction, all of those things. But how long are you going to hold those things against you moving forward? See, we tend to want people to have sympathy for our we tend to want people to have sympathy for what we went through, and we don't want them to hold us accountable for moving forward. See, it's easy to get caught up and ask everybody to, hey, feel sorry for me. Hey, feel bad for me. Hey, have compassion for me when you don't want to get up and you don't really want to do it. See, that's a lot of us can blame ourselves for not being in the position that we want to be in. And instead of taking accountability of the things that we should have done better, we want to blame our bad decisions, our bad behavior, and the way that we are living on our past, things people have done to us, situations that we have been in, and some stuff we couldn't even we didn't even and some things we have no control over. And I understand that, but how long are you going to use that as an excuse? And then we like to keep saying things like this. I'm not like this because of what they did. What they did to me, how they did me when I was younger. They did me so wrong. Okay. Also, we'll say things like, I can't trust because of my ex. I can't commit because of my childhood. I can't change because of how I was raised. You know what you're really saying? My past is my master. My past controlled me. My past predict who I'm going to be in the future. That's what you're telling yourself. That's what you have convinced yourself. And want to that's what a lot of you want to dwell on so you don't have to improve who you are. And see, God didn't make you to be mastered by your pain. And let me say this because I'm not trying to be insensitive on here. And do I understand that people go through? Do I understand that your past can shape some of your experiences that you have now? Yes, I absolutely understand that. I understand that each individual person has had different things that they have went through. I understand all that. And do I have compassion for that? Absolutely. Do I feel sorry for you in some capacity? Absolutely. But when can I hold you accountable? That's my question. Because if I don't hold you accountable, you will end up developing a victim mindset. I mean, let's be honest, because I have suffered from it too. See, y'all think that I come on here and I'm just talking about everybody else. I come on here talking about me as well. And when I come on here, it's therapeutic to me because I get to get off some of the things I'm going through, have went through, or going or about to go through. I don't know. But to get it out on here, it feels pretty good. And so when I'm talking to y'all about here, don't think that I haven't went through or I'm not going through any of these things. Let's talk about the victim mindset. Because the victim mindset, because the victim mindset makes us feel safe. It makes us feel safe, let's be honest. And it lets you avoid accountability. And let me tell you what the victim's mindset sounds like. Everybody always do me wrong. You ever got somebody, a coworker, sister, friend, husband, wife? Have you ever met somebody like that? Cousin, auntie, grandma, friend, everybody. Everybody always does me wrong. And see, I use this for example. You could be at work and just say that your job is cutting out overtime for that department that you are in. And that person will come up and say, man, they always doing me wrong. I was just working overtime and I didn't want to cut all the overtime out. Man, they cut overtime out for everybody, but they always feel like they're being singled out. You're not, sometimes, let's be honest. A lot of the times, the decisions that you made put you in a predicament that you're in now. Let's be honest. So a lot of times, the predicament that you are in right now, you want to blame everybody else, but the person that you need to blame is the person in the mirror. We hate to blame the person in the mirror because that means that we gonna have to change something about ourselves. It's something about us that's messed up and then not everybody else. But in your mind, since you got that victim mindset, you saying that, hey, you did this to me. Hey, everybody else, they wrong. It ain't nothing that I did wrong. And with that victim mindset, it'll keep people away from you. It'll keep you from having opportunities, and it'll keep you from improving because you will never say that you are part of the problem. And just say this, you might not even be part of the problem, but are you willing to let go, or are you willing to work through what you think everybody that does you wrong, are you willing to let that go? If it's the baby daddy that did you wrong, are you willing to let that go? If it's your mom, your parents that did you wrong, you willing to let that go? If it's your siblings that did you wrong, your spouse that did you wrong, the job, are you willing to let that go to move on? Let me ask you that. Are you willing to let that go? If you're not willing to let that go, you're going to continue to be in that victim mindset. Another thing on the victim mindset, don't nobody support me. Nobody supports me. Now, I have been here before. When I first started the podcast, I thought that everybody should listen. I think that all my family members should share it with everyone. I thought that everybody that I'm connected to, if I post something, they should share it on their page. They should tag people. I should be getting views. I should be getting likes. I should be getting all of that. That's what I should be getting. And I felt some type of way when I didn't get it. I felt some type of way when people didn't share it. I felt some type of way when people wasn't listening to my stuff. I was upset. I'm like, man, I'm promoting. I'm putting it out there, and I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But it takes time to grow anything. See, social media can make you feel that things should be rushed and you should be to a certain point already. See, even in nature, I'm talking about nature, period, anything growing. If that's a child, if that's a plant, something that you planted in the ground, a seed, it takes time for it to grow up. When your child is first born, they don't just jump to 18. It takes years for them to get to 18. When a plant is first planted in the ground, it takes time for that plant to fully develop. And then not only for it to develop, to start to produce fruit or vegetables, whichever one that you planted. It takes time. So I want to rush the process and get people to like something that I liked. That's another thing. We want people to support us, but we don't even know if they like it or not. Don't you know that's why there's so many brands of bread out there? There's so many brands of cereal. It's different brands out there so people can pick what they like. Guess what? I might not be the brand that you like. I might not be what you like. You might not want to support me, but guess what? It's a stranger out there, somebody that I don't even know that'll support. It's somebody out there that connect with what I'm going through or connect with what I'm saying that want to support me. But I got to reach them. You know how I'm going to reach them? As I continue to work, as I continue to perfect the craft, as I continue to study to show myself approved, as I continue to do those things, then I can get to the point where somebody can support me. But the thing about it, we looking for support from everybody else, but we never pray to God for him to support what we doing or what we putting out, or even if that's what he want us to do. But we want support from everybody else. We want everybody else liking and sharing, and we supposed to just blow up all of a sudden. It don't happen like that. It don't happen like that. And see, when you are looking for approval from everybody else, you never improve what you have. You never improve because you're looking at everybody else. Let me ask you something. And I like to use sports every once in a while. When Kobe was in the gym, you think he was waiting for Shaq to approve? You think he was waiting for Phil to approve? You think he was waiting for Stephen A to say anything about his game for him to improve? No. He went in the gym and worked when nobody else was in the gym. He took as many shots as he needed to shoot to improve. He didn't need nobody to support him in order to do that. So when he got on that court and what he did when nobody else was watching, when it started to show on the court, people started to support him. So what are you showing? What are you doing? What are you doing in the background other than playing for people to support you? Because if you get in there, you'll start having a victim mindset and say, oh man, they need to support me. I used to be like that too, but I'm like, okay, I got to put in the work. How somebody going to come to the podcast and I got 2 episodes and I'm asking them to support me? Now I got over 300 episodes that you can go watch. 300 episodes on various topics that you can go watch. Somebody want to put on a podcast and they want to take a road trip, man, they can take a road trip because it got several episodes that you can listen to. Several episodes. Like I said, over 300 episodes that you can go and listen to. But you need to put the work there in order for somebody to support what they support. So if you continue to go down there, you'll continue, well, don't nobody want to. You'll turn into a victim. You'll get that victim mindset. Then people always leave me. Your daddy might have left you. Your mom might have left you. Your ex, your wife, your husband, those people left you. And now you have a hard time committing to anybody. You have a hard time building friendships because people leave you. That'll keep you in that victim mindset. I never get a chance. People always looking over me. I never got a proper chance in this life. I'm gonna say this, and I might be wrong, but I think everybody, when you're on this side, you get a shot. You might get one, but I think you get a shot. If it's money, if it's a job, if it's an opportunity, I think everybody get at least one shot in this life. Other people might get several shots, but I think you at least get one shot. And some of us messed it up. Some of y'all got blessed with money. You messed all the money off. Now you mad at everybody else. And see, when I say money, you might have got blessed with some thousands. Some of y'all might got blessed with some millions. But even $500-$600 outside of what you usually get and you go blow it, I mean, you have opportunities that come around. Am I saying them the opportunities that you might want or whatever? But I think that everybody gets an opportunity. I might be wrong. I always get the short end of the stick. Another victim, man. I always get the short end of the stick. People are always doing me wrong. They just doing this. I just get this. Okay, just say you do. Okay, let's just go with it. Just say you get the short end of the stick. What you doing with it? You still got a piece of stick? You still got a piece of stick to work with. What are you doing with the little piece that you have now? Or are you crying over what you have right now? See, that I'm going to tell you, a lot of our issues, one of my issues was that I didn't want to work with what I had. Some of y'all got something to work with. You just want more to work with. You got the short end of the stick. Okay, you got a little piece of stick. What you going to do with it? You going to hit, you going to swing, you going to build with it. What you going to do with that piece of stick that you got? You might not have the best opportunity, but you have an opportunity. You might not have the best job, but you have a job. You might not have the best home, or you better not have the best living situation, but you got a roof over your head. You might not have the best food, but you have something to eat. But most of us get mad because it's not what we want, or it's not what society deems as the best, so you can't post it and flex. That's what it is. And we'll turn ourselves in, and let me put myself out there. I turn myself into the victim so I can convince myself that what everybody else doing, they had to do something wrong to get it. Or what everybody else doing, but whatever everybody else doing, it's not that great, it's not that good. I have to say something. Oh, they got that house just because of this. They only got that car because they got good credit, but they can't pay for it. That'll end up happening to you. Because you got that victim mindset. Let me ask you this. How long are you going to keep repeating it? Because the victim mindset not only hurts you, but it becomes part of your identity. And people don't like to be around you. Or if they friends with you, they be like, I know how this person going to act. And check this out. When you live like a victim, I got a couple of things wrote down. You expect defeat. You prepare for disappointment. You attract chaos. You sabotage blessings. You reject accountability. Victim mindset is a prison where the door is unlocked, but you won't walk out because you have got comfortable. A lot of y'all, that's what's going on. Soon as you get into a situation that's challenging, oh man, I can't do it. Man, I can't do it. You're already calling defeat before you even try. You don't even try. You just automatically assume I'm defeated. Then you prepare for disappointment. And see, I have did this myself because we think so less of ourselves. If we going into a situation and we feel like somebody better than us, we don't know if we feel like somebody is better than us, you're already like, oh yeah, man, I'm finna go ahead. I'm finna lose this. I'm finna lose this contract. I think this person's more prepared. This person, you going in for a job interview, you see the other people that's going in for the job interview, and you lose faith because of the people that you see around. You think that they're better qualified, and you think that they are better than you. So you already count yourself out because of your mindset. You already counted yourself out. So when you go in there and do the interview, you're already telling folks, well, I might not get it. So-and-so interviewed too. I might not get it. So-and-so interviewed too. I might not get it. You count yourself out. And when you count yourself out, you also create chaos within your head because you thinking everybody's against you. You think don't nobody support you. All that is going on in your head. And when you got all that going on in your head and the enemy in there, now you can't make sound decisions. Now you talking about different people. Now you doing stuff that you shouldn't have been doing at all. But because you want to play victim, you never can get the victory over the things that you should overcome. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, but I'm going to tell you this. I got 5 things that's going to help you with the victim mentality towards the end. But before I get to that, I'm going to talk about, can pain make you better or bitter? That's something that we often deal with, the pain of dealing with life. And let's be real, everybody got pain, but everybody don't use it the same. Some people let pain turn them into monsters. Some people let pain turn them into men. Some people let pain turn them cold, and other people let pain turn them wise. But you got to choose. I'm either going to be bitter or I'm going to be better. Either or. Bitterness can drive something inside of you that it'll leak over into your children, leak over into your relationship, it'll leak over into where you work, it'll leak over into your business. All that bitterness, people can see it and they don't like to be around it. See, certain people can hide their bitterness, but bitterness come in different forms. Like bitterness can come in the form of control. Bitterness can come in the form of distrust. That's how bitterness can come. And see, let me say this. Okay. So I'm gonna share something with y'all. Now, I have let bitterness sink into my heart before. I have let bitterness change me because a situation came about that I thought people should be on my side. I thought that I had been doing right. I had been doing right by people. I had been treating people right. I hadn't wronged nobody. So I'm thinking when this situation come up and it's me against this other person, then they'll take my side. But at the same time, when certain lies was spoken, when certain things was done that made it look like I wasn't the person that I was, not that it was shown or proven that I was, but it just looked like I wasn't the person that I was, and people accepted and ran with that, it hurt my feelings. So when it hurt my feelings, I had got some bitterness inside of me, said, you know what? I ain't gonna do nothing for nobody no more. If it ain't my wife, it ain't my children, I'm doing nothing for nobody no more. And that right there cut off my blessings and my connection to the Lord, because just because a person or just because people act a certain type of way don't mean that you have to change your character and who you are. And I let that situation change my character. I let that situation change who I am. I let that situation change the way that I operated. And when I changed the way that I operated, chaos started to follow behind that. Chaos started to follow behind that. And the things that I usually do, I didn't do them no more. The people that I usually help, I didn't help them no more. I didn't want to help at work. I didn't want to even work here, do the podcast. I didn't want to do that. Then when I did an episode with anger, and I had to edit because I tried to say things that I thought would get back to them to make me feel better. And when the whole time, it was never about them. It was God trying to teach me a lesson that this bitterness, will you be able to get over this? Will you be able to get over situation that I take you through? Because people are going to do things. People that you love are going to do things. People that are close to you are going to do things. How are you going to be able to operate after this happen? Can I trust you with certain things? Or I can't trust you with this because after this happened, you are going to turn into a whole different person. And somebody that's looking to change their life, they looking at you following God, but see how this situation turned you, they be like, well, I don't think God really in his life. So after I went through that season of bitterness, when things that I used to do, when things started to fall off or didn't operate or didn't do the way that I needed it to do, and then I start to do things I start to overdo a lot of things to fill in the emptiness that I had from being bitter. I started to overdo things. Tried to buy my kids too many gifts. or do too much for my wife, or be too lenient on my kids, or not be a leader to my wife by telling her no, don't do this, or no, don't do that. Then I end up falling myself in this pit because now I done created a monster with them, telling them yes all the time, not standing up and being a man. Not because of my bitterness, my household has got shaken because my bitterness turned me into a person that I shouldn't have been. So I had to pray to get through that situation. I had to get that bitterness. I had to ask God, Lord, remove this bitterness out of my heart. Lord, remove that I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. And that's you. It's somebody out there that probably molested you and you want something bad to happen to them. It's probably somebody that mess you over with your money. You want something bad to happen to them. It's probably somebody that left and cheated on you and you want something bad to happen to them. It's probably somebody out there that's lying on you right now and you want something bad to happen to them because they are tarnishing your reputation. And you like, God, I want something bad to happen to them because that's what you're feeling in your heart. That's what you're thinking in your mind is revenge. And I understand that. I wanted some revenge too. I wanted bad stuff to happen to them. Let's be honest. Bitterness or have you want bad stuff to happen to people that hurt you. That's what bitterness do. Bitterness will have you in an anger state. Anger, it'll have you in a bitterness state to the point where not only you're angry, but you want to lash out at people. You want other people to feel your pain. You want other people to feel what you're going through. You want that other person to feel exactly what you experience. Then you end up losing yourself. But come back. Forgive that person. Ask God, am I saying that it's going to take 1 or 2 days? It might be for you. But you don't know how deep that thing is until you start to pray to remove it out of you. Lord, help me to forgive that person. Lord, that person that did this to me, Lord, help lift that off of me. Lord, help me to not think bad or want anything bad to happen to this person. And this is the big one. This is the big one right here. Lord, help bless that person that did this to me. Ooh. I don't nobody want to say bless that person that did something wrong with. Stan, you must be crazy. I know. But in order to truly get that bitterness out your heart, you're going to have to forgive. Sincere forgive and let that person go on about their life. I'm saying. Now, am I saying that you shouldn't do nothing as far as this legal work or something like that? No, I'm not saying that. Yes, protect yourself, absolutely. What you have to do. But it's going to come a time when you're going to have to forgive because you letting that person change who you are. Bitterness can change who you are. It can change how you operate, how you do things. It can. And you don't want to get to the point where those things have you operating and doing and operate the way that you usually don't operate. And let me say this. You can't live looking back. You can't drive backward unless you are putting that car in reverse to bag up somewhere. But if you drive and you got to look forward, we too busy looking back. And check this out. Y'all know the good book I love to read. Philippians 3:13 says, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto the things which are before. That means stop living in what was and start building on what is. We too busy looking back and not appreciating what we have now. You know, it's a lot of people that's in relationships that didn't really forgive their ex, didn't let their ex go, and they're in a current relationship, and their hurt and their pain is keeping them from truly loving the person that they are, under the person that they're with. So that person that they with not fully getting them because part of them is still stuck with the other person. They haven't let them go. You haven't let that past go. That's why some of the women are still asleep with their baby daddy. they child's father, they're still sleep with them. They married, they in a relationship, still going to sleep with them because they didn't close that chapter. They didn't let it go. Some men are still asleep with the mother of their children if they marry. Or they in a relationship with somebody, they still going back because they haven't closed that chapter and let that person go. And if you don't close that chapter and let them people go, you're going to ruin what you have now. Some of us get in a new relationship, and since we don't want to put that work into that new relationship, we're comfortable with that old person, so we're going to go back to him. We're going to go back to him, knowing the mess and the chaos that you just came from this new person, and you messing it up. That old job that you was at, you was going and you was doing that type of work, you was comfortable. And now this new job that it got a little pressure, something that's going on, you don't want to put the work. I want to go back to where I was at before. I want to go and do something different because this not for me, because you got to put in some work now. But I had to put in the work to keep moving forward, or I was going to go back. I had to start filling in the spaces that I occupied when I was drinking. I had to start doing other things. And even when I got to the point when I started doing other things, I had to continue to do it because my mind was starting to go back to it. I had to reshape my mind in order to not go back to that drinking. But it took putting in work. It took filling in new things with that old, so I wouldn't go back. And some of us avoid that. And see, some people, y'all keep on talking about the trauma that you went through because it gives you attention. You keep on talking about what you went through, how you went through it, because that brings you attention. That's why you keep posting it online about your toxic ex, because that's what everybody else likes. So that's what you're going to go with. So since it's giving you the attention, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Anything that gets you the attention, then you want to go with that, and you don't want to actually put in the work to not have to go through that no more. Or you don't never want to leave that alone. And then you keep talking about that because you don't want to talk about what to do next. What to do next? After we know the problem, after we know the issues, after you know what we been through, what you gonna do next? See, people don't want to go through what they do next, what gonna do next, because now I gotta change. I gotta look in the mirror. Now it's something that's about me that I gotta do, and I don't want to do that. A lot of they don't want to do that. Did I want to do that? No, I didn't want to do, but I knew I had to do that. And if I didn't do that, if I didn't change, I knew my life was gonna go a certain way. People don't care because I'm comfortable with how my life is going, and since I'm comfortable with how my life is going, why do I need to change? Why do I need to put in the work? So I'm gonna avoid all accountability and all things that I have to do to change. Because once you stop blaming, then you got to start to build. You got to start to change. You got to start to discipline yourself. You got to start to forgive. You got to start to show up. And see, that's when most people quit, when it's time to put in that work. You should know the difference between a Hall of Famer and somebody made it to the NBA. Hall of Famer put in that work. All-Star put in that work. That's what makes the difference when you start to put in the work. Because blaming is easy, but building is hard. But if you're a man, you built for the hard. So, just like I promised, I told y'all I got here 5 things on how to stop playing the victim. I got 5. So y'all rock with me, okay? Number 1, admit the truth. Say I've been stuck. I've been here. Not that I've been hurt, because everybody been hurt, but I've been stuck. I've been stuck in the same place, and I can't move forward. I've been stuck in the same place financially. I can't move forward. I've been stuck in the same place mentally. I can't move forward. I've been stuck in the same place physically, and I can't move forward. Some of us won't admit that our past, we hurt, and we using that as a crutch. Some of y'all using y'all parents as a crutch. Some of y'all using y'all ex as a crutch. Some of y'all using y'all experiences that y'all experienced as a child as a crutch. You using it as a crutch. And since you can't admit the truth, how can you move forward? But the first thing you got to do is admit. Number two, stop making excuses for bad behavior. We like to blame everything but ourselves. So if we got some things that went on in our life, if something come up, we can immediately play victim and point towards the thing that happened in our life. We can. We can make that as an excuse. Hey, I ain't have no daddy. That's why I act like that. I ain't have no mama. She left me. That's why I act like that. She was on drugs. That's why I act like that. I was molested when I was little. That's why I act like that. My ex left me. That's why I act like that. They didn't support me. That's why I did what I did. That don't make you that all of that. Still, you shouldn't have no bad attitude, and you shouldn't be out here acting and doing foolish things. Still shouldn't be doing that. So stop making excuses for bad behavior. Number three, take accountability even when it wasn't your fault. Ooh-wee. Take accountability even when it wasn't your fault. See, I'm going to lose some people after this. I'm going to lose some people, but I got two more. I might lose a few. Man, it's so hard to take accountability in a situation when you didn't do it. It wasn't your fault. But guess what? Sometimes you have to say, you know what? That happened to me. It happened. But I'm going to take it and I'm going to move on. I'm going to build from it. All them experiences that I had, you know what? I'm going to help somebody else that's going through that, have gone through that, or going through it, and I'm going to help them through it. Yeah. Even though who did it to me, even though my parents might not never apologize for what they did. They may not never apologize for being bad parents. They might not never apologize for walking away. But you know what? It happened. I'm going to take account for it that it happened, and I'm going to move on. Yeah, my ex cheated. Had a baby on me and everything. But you know what? It happened. It is what it is. I'm going to move on. Man, we get and it's hard to do that. But you can do it, though. And if you want to change, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it if you want to change. If you want to get better, you're going to have to do it. It might take you crying. It may take you whining a lot. I ain't saying you got to whine to people, but it might take that to get you to that point, but you got to get there. Number 4, forgive you. Number 4, forgive for you. Man, that right there hit home for me. Forgive for you. Because people can do some horrible things to you. And sometimes we'll say it was our fault why it happened. We'll say what we could have did different. You probably could have did nothing different, or everything you could have did, it don't even matter. In order for you to get through it, be like, you know what? Man, I forgive myself for what I did. Man, I messed up so bad within that situation that some of us shouldn't even been in this situation. You probably shouldn't even been with your ex. You probably shouldn't even been with them. From the gate, they showed some red flags and you still like, okay, I can handle it. And you probably shouldn't even been with them and you still rock with them. You made that decision, so what? It's time to forgive yourself and move on. A lot of us out there smoking, drinking, made some mistakes. Some of us haven't been in our child's life, made the mistakes. Man, you have to pick up the pieces where you at. Forgive yourself. Man, I was blind all them years that I was out there doing stuff that I ain't supposed to do. Out there running the streets. And now I done got my life together. Man, listen, I did wrong. But now it ain't nothing else you can do. Whatever already happened, ain't nothing you can do to change the past. You don't have any time travel. I don't care how many movies that you watch. We don't have time travel. But you have right now. What you can do right now is forgive yourself and start picking up the pieces from this point. You don't know how much time you got here. Start picking up the pieces right now. Be Mr. Right Now. No better time to change and get stuff together than right now. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for it. Number 5, build a new identity. Yes. I went from staying that could drink to staying that's living right. Living for the Lord. But changing your identity. Most of y'all are known for different things. Some of you females might be known for being a whore. Some of you males might be known for being a whore. Some of y'all might be known for drug addicts, known for drunks, known for partying, known for smoking weed, known for selling weed, known for just selling drugs, known for different things that the world would deem, known for different things that the world would deem exciting. But that's not you anymore. That's not you. That's when you had that bitterness on you. That's when you had that unforgiveness in you. That's when you had things that was holding you down from being the person that you actually are. So the person that you actually are, this person that you already always been, things that you see, a lot of us got so caught up in living this life for everybody else that we forgot what we like. We thought we liked that, but we liked that when we was smoking weed. You liked that when you was drinking. You liked that when you was having sex with several women. You liked that then. But now that you find out who you are, like, man, I ain't know I like this. I ain't know I like that. I didn't even notice those things because I had my head so caught up in doing other stuff. I thought that was white to do that. I remember we went out and we started kayaking. And all the years I was drinking and kicking it and all that, I never thought about no kayaking. I started kayaking, got a little boat and, but I never knew that I liked to do it until I started to do it. You never know what you good at or what you might like if you haven't never tried it. But with bitterness, with everybody else looking out for society, you would never look and do anything else, especially if you got that victim mindset still. You're never going to try anything else. You're never going to try anything new. Now listen, man. Real men don't hide behind pain. Real men don't use their past as an excuse to be lazy. Real men don't keep blaming their mama, their daddy, the streets, the system. Real men say it happened and I'm not staying there. A man that keeps playing the victim will always need somebody to save him. But a man that takes the responsibility, he becomes the rescue. He becomes the leader. He becomes the father. He becomes the husband. He becomes the example. So today, I want you to make a decision to stop blaming your past. Stop playing the victim. Stop giving the power to what hurt you. You might be wounded, but you don't have to stay weak. You might be damaged, but you don't have to stay defeated. God specializes in rebuilding what life tried to destroy. And I end with this. Your past is a chapter and not the whole book. I appreciate you tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to reach out to me socially, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Real Men Talk Podcast. And also, we believe that each man saved is another household minute. All right. Until next week, stay in the man. I'm out. Peace.